Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. And I've decamped to the studio because this one is so good, I need to present it in its full, glorious, surround sound, Technicolor, marvellous... I'm running out of words. It is that good. Because today, Angela Rayner, went into Parliament and now she's playing Big League. She's no longer sitting on the opposition benches being gobby, throwing out insults, calling people scum. She's government. She has to sit on the government bench and have the opposition do unto her what she has done for so very long unto them. And today it was marvellous to behold. Kemi Badenoch got up on her feet and tore Angela Rayner a new one. And she did it so cleverly, so nicely, so sweetly that Angela probably doesn't even realise how bad it looks. We're going to go through this. This video goes to show that Angela Rayner is out of her depth. She just doesn't know it. The trouble is, everyone else in the House of Commons does. Please sit back and enjoy, for the next 5 minutes, Angela Rayner being ripped open by the most wonderful Kemi Badenoch. Here goes.
It is a delight to be back at the dispatch box, and I've been looking forward to speaking opposite the Right Honourable Lady for a very, very long time. She and I have never really met, certainly never spoken to each other, despite being in this house together for 7 years. I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to her on her first outing as a minister in the chamber, because it's only going to be downhill from here. You see, the thing is, I've been a Secretary of State before, and after 5 years as a minister, you learn a thing or two about government that you never can in opposition. I've been there, done it, and I can tell the Right Honourable Lady that she has been stitched up. It is quite clear that the bills and policies from the King's speech she's just referenced have not been written by her, but by the Chancellor and the Chancellor's advisers. We all know this because we watched the member for Leeds West announce them in far more detail in her speech last week. And all the stuff the Secretary of State worked on in opposition, like her new deal for workers, has been taken off her and given to the Business Secretary.
Now that's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt Rayner. All the things that she thought she was going to be in control of have indeed been removed from her. She's had this taken, that taken, all the other things taken. And Kemi knows it and she's told everybody. And Rayner has to sit there and take this. Let's get carried on.
So, I'm sorry to tell the Right Honourable Lady that her colleagues, the Prime Minister, the Chancellor, and their many advisers have written a manifesto and made promises that are not deliverable, and they've hung them around her neck and said, Angie, you go out there and you sell it. I'm sad to see many of her shadow team not sitting beside her as ministers. They worked for free, grinding in opposition for years, only to watch the children of the chosen ones get the ministerial cars and salaries before their maiden speeches are written. Wow.
Golden tickets.
Sue Gray was a lot nicer to me when she worked in my department. I think we know who's in charge, and it's not the Right Honourable Lady.
Ouch. That has got to hurt as well. She's just been told that she is not in charge. And the thing is, I think she's starting to realise this now. All the fun and palaver has finished. Real work, real people. And she hasn't got the power. And Kemi knows it. Let's carry on.
She's been stitched up. They've made her the fall guy. They've promised 1.5 million houses by the end of this Parliament. That's over 800 houses per day. And we're already 2 weeks in. And as she goes on, day after day, she's going to realise that a backlog is building and there's no way out. But I want her to know that I'm here for her. I'll be here to hold her hand and walk her through what is likely to be a very difficult time. I may even give her some tips, because having worked in that department, I know what needs to be done. I know what we should have done that we didn't do. And I know that they're going to make the same mistakes. It's not that 1.5 million homes by the end of this Parliament is unachievable. It's that it's going to require the sort of systemic change which they are not ready for. So in the spirit of sisterly support, I'm going to let her know what's going to happen over the next few weeks and months. And they're looking so nervous right now, I can tell. They look very nervous. Let me tell the Right Honourable Lady, she's going to get a period of consultation that's going to take this long. And then she's going to have to respond to that consultation, and that'll take this long, assuming that nothing goes wrong with either of those processes. So we reached December, January, 6 months have passed, and that is 10% of the Parliament, where you haven't built any extra homes. So at this point, she'll be running 500 homes behind the target every single day, and they wouldn't have started building properly. The honourable, the honourable gentleman is truncheon from a sedentary position that you wait and see. We have seen, we've been there, we know, you don't.
Now, I will say at this point, I also know 35 years in the housing industry. The moment they said 300,000 houses a year, my first initial, and I'm going to say 100% correct reaction was, bollocks. It's just not possible. It's completely impossible. The only way you're going to get the planning through is to change the planning laws. That will take 8-9 months minimum. And on top of that, you don't have the contractors. You don't have the supply lines. You don't have the materials. It's cloud cuckoo land. And Rayner will find this out very, very quickly. Let's carry on with Kemi. Carry on, Kemi. Now there's a film I want to see. Here you go.
And as it becomes clear in these new Labour constituencies, for which congratulations, these new Labour constituencies in the Green Belt, as it becomes clear to their voters what's happening, those MPs are going to receive a lot more emails. I mean, a lot more. They're going to want a lot of public meetings because they will know that the decisions which she announced are now being taken out of local hands and made by central government. And the only way that they can register their concern is by appealing to their local MPs, who will all be appealing to her. But this is what being in power is. Government is about making difficult decisions. Opposition is easy. We've been watching Labour do it for 14 years, and they have spent all the time telling the people of this country that they will do better. So, in the year to June 2009, she talks about what happened at the last World War. In the year to June 2009, when everybody here was alive, when they were last in government, they only built 75,000 new homes, the lowest level of house building since the 1920s. And what are they going to do? What are they doing where they currently are in government? In London, Sadiq Khan has failed to hit his own targets, beginning just 21,000 new homes in 2022, despite us giving him pots and pots of money. We were forced to intervene on his house building failures. Why hasn't he built on all those car parks that she was talking about in her speech?
Just look at that face, those tight lips. She's trying to smile. She's trying to be impassive with just a hint. I'm lightly amused by all this. But those arms are closed. Those arms are crossed. She's massively defensive. And look at the eyes. Those eyes say it all. She's desperately in trouble. And she's only now realising what she's got ahead of her. And it isn't going to be good. Let's carry on.
In Wales, the Labour administration promised to deliver 20,000 new homes for social rent by 2026. They've barely delivered a quarter. The Right Honourable Lady may pretend building homes is easy, but Labour know it's not easy because they failed in London and they failed in Wales, and they are already making new mistakes. So that's why I'm feeling very generous towards the Right Honourable Lady, because she has been stitched up, she's going to need some friends, and I want her to know that we're all here for her. Some people think opposition is about throwing mud across the chamber or calling your opponents scum.
Remember when Rayner called them scum? It's coming back.
But often it's about saying I told you so. And I want to reassure the Right Honourable Lady that I will be here to say I told you so when these targets are missed.
So well done, Kemi. Rayner is now in no doubt. She has no power. The power she had have been taken from her. And there's no responsibilities. The one thing she's been left with, this housing thing, is a poison chalice. Unachievable. It will fail. And of course Starmer has done that deliberately to highlight how incapable she is, so that he can get her off and out from that deputy leader role, saying like basically we need someone who can, not someone who can't. 300,000 houses a year. There's 50 weeks left to build the first 300,000. Ain't gonna happen. Not a single brick has been laid. She's gonna fail, and she's gonna fail hard, and she's gonna fail fast. So well played, Keir Starmer. Well played, sir. You've just tied her up, hog-tied her, and she's ready for the barbecue. Bye-bye, Angela. Politics is hard when you're in government. It's also very, very hard when you're thick. Thanks for watching. Bye.